For Lala Zanel, a visit to the Stonewall Inn brings mixed emotions. Pride for the black trans women like her who led the fight 50 years ago, but anger that after decades of progress, she still feels like she's on the outside looking in.
You know, there's been lots of visibility, there's been lots of, progressive legislation across the country, but within the larger LGBT plus acronym, the T still kind of remains to be silent.
Y'all about to take a picture, honey? It ain't often you get a black trans woman out here.
She can't remain silent when a high school tour passes by. The guide reads what she feels is a sanitized version of events that overlooks the contributions of trans women of color.
Happy Pride, though. Stonewall was a riot, never forget it. Led by black and brown folks like me.
Molotov cocktails were flying, and I'm like, oh my God, the revolution is here, thank God.
50 years ago, when the LGBTQ community fought back against police at the Stonewall Inn, trans women like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera were on the front lines.
Darling, I want my gay rights now!
For the days that followed, they were in the thick of the protests that ultimately sparked the modern gay rights movement. But decades later, the job discrimination, violence, and police harassment Johnson faced are still very much the reality for transgender women like Jocelyn Castillo.
There's
a stigma to being transgender, she says. If I go out after 10 p.m., police assume I'm doing sex work and will harass and threaten me with arrest. Community activists say job discrimination forces many trans women into sex work. They say in New York, police use a law against loitering to target people for essentially walking while trans. According to a 2015 survey of the transgender community, 58% reported harassment by police. And then there's the violence. Since 2018, at least 36 transgender women have been killed in the U.S. I have nothing to celebrate now. 50 years later, the rights of transgender women of color are still not respected, she says. Recently, the New York police apologized for their actions at Stonewall 50 years ago.
The actions and the laws were discriminatory and oppressive, and for that, I apologize.
A good start, but Lala Zanel says that's not enough.
It's like, is it going to take 50 years for the NYPD to apologize for the things that they're doing to black and brown trans folks today?
A new monument to Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera will soon go up a few blocks from Stonewall. The city says it will be the first public art installation in the world to honor trans women. A bit of history, though Zanel says it will take more than a statue and an anniversary to help people like her feel truly accepted. Stephen D'Souza, CBC News, New York.